So the Crew Motorfest is finally here, and while people are doing their Let's Plays and long-winded reviews, I'm going to try to give you my full thoughts on the Crew Motorfest as I've started playing it within a 5-minute video. Before we get into it, I'd like to quickly thank Ubisoft for sending me this game early so I could make this video. They have not told me anything to say though, and all of these opinions are 100% my own. The Crew Motorfest is the third game in the Crew series, and I always like to think of this series as if Forza Horizon and Need for Speed had a baby. If you're a Need for Speed fan, then a lot of things in the Crew are going to be familiar, like kind of how the way the cars drive, the nitrous NOS system, as well as the customization is very interesting and in-depth. What really differentiates the Crew from other open-world racing games, however, is that it's not just a racing game. There are also boats and planes from the Crew 2 that are carried over to the Crew Motorfest. And while you can tell that the cars have definitely gotten a lot more love put into them with, of course, how they drive and their models and everything like that, the planes and the boats are also super cool and super fun to mess around with. The Crew Motorfest takes place in beautiful Oahu, Hawaii. I've been there myself in person, and I can tell you that this map definitely feels like Oahu. Of course, it's been condensed down for this game, however, it's still a very large map, and it is very picturesque. And that could segue us on to the first part of this review, the graphics, and we can make this one quick. They are very good. I still think that in certain ways, Forza Horizon and, the new Forza Motorsport do look better, although I think the lighting especially is very, very beautiful in this game. I think the thing that needs the most work would be the foliage details and textures. They look a little flat compared to the rest of the game and its saturation. However, it's all very good looking, and I don't think anybody could look at this game and say it's particularly bad looking. Now for the vehicles, of course, the largest part of this game. There are 604 total vehicles. That's including both boats, planes, and motorcycles. And I will say that all of these vehicles do feel relatively nice to drive. Of course, this is an arcade racer, so expect a very similar feeling to Need for Speed. One thing that they did bring over from the Crew 2 that I wasn't particularly fond of when I played that game was the gravity. Now, I'll explain this a little bit. It feels like the gravity on whatever planet this Crew game is supposed to be taking place on is a little bit stronger than Earth's, because the cars really feel like they unnaturally plummet to the ground when you do a jump. If you played the Crew 2, you know what I'm talking about. It's the exact same thing in the Crew Motorfest. But the cars, motorcycles, boats, and planes all feel very nice to drive. I would say, of course, the cars, once again, do feel the best, as that's where the most attention has been put in and where the vast majority of the player base will be. However, the boats do feel very nice as well. The trimming system does add a little bit more complexity to racing them. The planes feel not like a plane at all. However, they're still fun to mess around with for the odd race. And the motorcycles do pretty much feel pretty similar to cars, which is a little bit unrealistic. However, they usually are a little bit more maneuverable. Once you get past the beginning intro segment and tutorial, the 3 starter cars that you're going to choose from definitely are very nice and are not following in Forza's kind of sad bloodline of giving you supercars immediately as you start. You have the BMW Z4, the Honda S2000, and the brand new 2024 Ford Mustang convertible. Me personally, since I do really like the new Mustang, I did go for that. However, I do think that this is a very nice starting car roster as it appeals to pretty much every kind of car fan. You got your JDM, your American Muscle, and your Euro Excellence. The game divides its races into playlists, and they do actually have a fair amount of licensed playlists for you to start off. They have a Liberty Walk playlist, which will take you through the history of Liberty Walk with JDM cars. They also have a dedicated Porsche 911 playlist, as well as a collaboration playlist with Donut Media. As you progress through the game, you'll unlock even more playlists that have motorcycles, even faster boats and planes, as well as F1 cars, GT race cars, and even faster road cars. The game is also committed to at least a 1-year cycle of DLC, and they have online playlists that, from what I can see, pretty much change and update every day, so there's no shortage of content for you to play through. So would I recommend the Crew Motorfest? If you played The Crew 2 and you enjoyed that game, this game is going to feel very familiar to you. Its customization system is the exact same, as well as its upgrade system. The boats, planes, and motorcycles as well are also returning, and they are pretty fun to play with. The map is very nice and very large. While there isn't really a story to the game, there are stories told through the playlists when you do races, and I think that is a very nice and unique approach. If you liked the old Crew games, or you're a fan of Need for Speed and Forza Horizon, I think this game will be right up your alley. However, if you're looking for more of a sim racing experience or something with a little bit more of a story, then the Crew Motorfest might not be for you. I know I went a little bit over the 5-minute mark, but I did my best. There's a lot to talk about with this game, and we'll call it a 6-minute review. How about that? Thank you for watching this video. If you guys did enjoy it, a like and a sub would mean a lot, and I will see you all in the next one. Have a good one, guys.